Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. Here we are. We're headed down to Wichita. We're going to grab a load of sludge. I am hitting my first work zone, which is interesting. I guess they've been cleaning up because this highway used to be full of fucking work zones. It's sprinkling today, which is kind of interesting because I looked at the radar and I didn't see any rain whatsoever. So it's not, I don't know. I hope the weather's going to be correct. You know why? Do you know why? Because I rode the motherfucking DR 650 in today. That's right, boys and girl. Maybe there might be a girl out there listening, but mainly boys. Rode the DR in. Hell yeah. Got that thing fixed up over the weekend. Did I get everything I wanted done this weekend? Absolutely not. There's no. I knew it's always a stretch for me to get like anything done, and I'm surprised at how much I did get done. I'm so lazy on the weekends. It's like it's so nice to be able to just hang out at home. Like the rest of my family gets to do most of the time. They just hang out. But that ends today because school started. Well, hasn't started yet. It's still early in the morning, but the kids' first day of school is today, so I'm excited for them. My son's like, I don't want to go to school. I'm like, dude, you are gonna regret that eventually because I loved going to school, but whenever I wasn't in school, I also had like a whole bunch of friends I hung out with every single day. We would ride bikes around the neighborhood, and we'd play video games together. We'd go, play trading cards, but we'd mainly be outside, jumping on a trampoline, riding bikes. Later in life, we'd do dirt bikes and stuff. But I also really liked going to school, not to learn, but to hang out with friends. See people and everything. And I don't know, he just doesn't get it quite yet, I guess, because I mean, honestly, he hangs out with mainly family friends and family and cousins and stuff. That's He doesn't really have a whole lot of friends. There's no other kids on our street to hang out with. There is the neighbor boy. He's very autistic and is he does not speak. I don't know. It would be fun if he could hang out with them, but that kid bites. Okay, he bites and scratches. Uh, so I don't know. It's like, hey, I'd love to be inclusive and go over there and hang out with him, but my kids, they don't like it when he's touching their faces. So, and it's kind of hard for me to explain to my 5 and 7-year-old why he doesn't talk and wants to grab their faces the whole time. So, anyways, we can't. I mean, we could, but we don't really hang out with him all that often. It's just more difficult, I would say. Which, hey, I'm sorry for the parents out there that got to deal with that. That is rough. I don't have any experience in it, but I know it's not as simple as my children because I don't know. Anyways, we're not talking about that. Well, we did have some people move in a couple houses down, and me and my daughter been wanting to ride her bike a lot lately, so finally this weekend it was nice enough outside. It wasn't blistering fucking hot. I wasn't completely worn out, and I also felt a little guilty about things. So I was like, all right, let's go out. Let's ride our bike. And we ride it down the street, and yeah, we got some new neighbors, and they have 3 children of varying ages. But I'm thinking the oldest is probably right around my son's age, like 7. The youngest looked like maybe 3 or 4. But yeah, new neighbors, new kids. Maybe we can get them all together. I saw the dude; he drives an old rusty Chevy, so I'm like, we might get along. We might have found some new family friends here, and it would be really cool if they could all hang out together. That'd be awesome. Um, I just also kind of wish my street is not a through street. So really the only people on my street are people that live right there. You know, two streets up is the through street. So there's people hauling ass. You can't ride a bike on that street safely. You can't play out in your front yard safely. There's too many people, hauling ass up and down the road. Even though it's a 25-mile-an-hour zone, it's just not. I wouldn't. But my street is not a through street, but we still get people that'll haul ass up and down the street. So, I don't know. I wish there was a way I could just like block the street off. Be like, nope, this is for kids to play. If you want to go home, you got to go around. But I ain't gonna be like that. But it would be nice if the kids could go out and enjoy themselves without like hawk-like supervision. Like my daughter, she's like, can I ride down to the fire hydrant? And I'm like, no, I have to go with you. I have to go with you. And it's like, I don't know how old you're going to be before I say you can do it by yourself. It's like, I think I'm going to need to be with you every time. Baby, whenever you're 16 and you can start driving a car, you can go down to the fire hydrant by yourself. But anyways, yep, got the kids out. Even my daughter. So my son, he was inside playing Fortnite with his friends on Fortnite or whatever. But I yanked that 4-wheeler out, and I was like, dude, you need to come ride this 4-wheeler. He's like, I really don't want to. I'm like, but you're gonna have a lot of fun on it. He's like, yeah, but I'm playing Fortnite with my friends right now. I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna fight it. So I leave him inside playing Fortnite. But my daughter, she's like, I'll ride it. I'm like, hell yeah, girly. So we go outside and I sit her down on it, and I adjust the throttle so she can't full throttle the damn thing, because that's what she's afraid of, is pushing. And that's what she does. She doesn't know how to just push the throttle a little bit. It's all on or all off. And I'm like trying to show her. I'm like, you don't have to hit it all the way. But I end up adjusting the throttle down, so now she just burns the clutch everywhere she goes, which is fine. She was excited though. She was having a good time. Like I was talking a couple episodes ago, we went down to Florida, and we went to a go-kart track for little kids, and she did so good. And I was like, she's gonna be really good on this 4-wheeler, which she was. It's just the thing is kind of hard to turn. It's kind of hard to turn, and then it gets really easy to turn. So it's like you're gonna put all your muscles into turning this fucking 4-wheeler, and then it's gonna turn all the way, and you're gonna flip the motherfucker. But luckily, I had her going really slow speeds, and I was able to keep up with it and keep my hand on it most of the time, so she wouldn't get too crazy. But with the throttle turned down as low as I did, it wouldn't even go up hills. It wouldn't rev up high enough for the clutch to engage and go up a hill. But on the flat ground, it was fine. Anyway, she had a really good time on it. She was very happy to ride the 4-wheeler. She was also done riding the 4-wheeler pretty quickly. This motherfucker, I passed you earlier. Why are you passing me now? Oh, well, we got 20 miles before I got to turn off of here. But then I did. It was later in the day. This was all Sunday. Saturday, I really didn't do a whole lot. I really like to have a day of rest. Yeah, Saturday, went to go pick up the kids from my parents' house. I haven't been over at my parents' house in a while. My wife has been dropping them off and picking them up from there and whatnot, and facilitating all of that. and I just been staying. Hey, I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. I really don't want to go anywhere. I'm going to hang out at home. But this Saturday, I decided to go, and we ended up going to the Big Biscuit, which is a delicious breakfast restaurant. After we picked the kids up, they stayed over there Friday night, had a good time Friday night. Um, yeah, and it just really had a chill Saturday. It was really nice. I did have to organize some things and try to fix some stuff and clean up the basement a little bit. But as far as like getting anything that I really wanted to get done, I didn't do any of it. You know, wanted to mow, I wanted to weed eat, I wanted to get the motorcycle fixed, I wanted to start prepping one of the engines to be removed out of one of the Silverados, and I wanted to also get the garage cleaned up. That was kind of my goal over the weekend. Didn't get most of that done. The washer's been having an issue, the clothes washer. So I spent a little bit of time trying to fix on that. It's all electronic. It's all in this fucking control board and shit. And I'm looking for a burnt circuit or something. I can't find anything wrong with the damn thing. It just does. The start button just decided to work sometimes, and now it seems like it doesn't work at all. Because I used to be able to get it to fire up, but I don't know. I replaced the lid switch. That didn't work. So we just ordered a new control panel, which I replaced the control panel a year ago, almost to the day. Uh, one year exactly ago, I replaced that entire control panel with a refurbished one. I think it was like $120. And I got it off of Amazon because it was just simple to get it off of Amazon. Well, I found one a little bit cheaper, and it's off of eBay, and I got a 1-year protection plan on it. So I'm hoping it works. I don't know. But I really don't want to have to buy a new washer because my wife's going to want to get a new dryer also. And it's like, we don't make enough money right now to be replacing fucking this shit. You know, I'll give you a roll of quarters and send your ass to the fucking laundromat before I buy a new fucking washer. I can say that and sound like I'm a hard ass, but you know I'd end up buying a new washer and having it brought in. So yeah, Saturday, pretty chill. Other than that, just kind of hung out. And then Sunday was the day that I was going to actually get up and get some stuff done. Unfortunately, I waited until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon to actually get up and do anything. And you know, I should have got up a lot earlier, but I was still wanting to be lazy on Sunday. But I did. I went down. I got the bike lifted up, got the rear wheel taken off, and went through swapping out hardware. Found out that the new chain and sprocket kit that I ordered for my bike, it was missing the front sprocket. So I'm still rocking the original front sprocket. I don't know. Yeah, the chain fits on it perfectly, but I really wanted to get the new chain to be on completely new everything. But oh well. Didn't get the new front sprocket, so I don't know what I need to do for that. I guess I'll just buy another one. Fuck it, whatever. Or I'll just keep rocking the one that's on there. I don't give a shit, you know. As long as it fucking works. So I got the new chain. So either the old chain, which I don't think it stretched as much as I think it did. I don't know what the fuck was going on with it, but I matched it up with the new one. And the old one is like 2 links longer than the other one. Now the new one that I got came with 3 master links, but the master links are all the outside links. There's no inside link. So luckily there was plenty of adjustment in my rear swing arm or the rear rod for my wheel. that I could move it way up. I used to be on like a level 5 or 6 because it's got the little cam on the rear axle that you can adjust it. I used to be on a 5 or 6. Now I'm on a 2. I'm one notch under 2, and the other chain fits on it perfectly. So got that put on there. Got the new sprocket put on. The old sprocket really isn't that bad, but you know those were old sprockets. It's time for new sprockets. Just do it that way. The rear sprocket, if it's gonna slip on a sprocket, it's usually going to be the rear sprocket. It's going to slip on, which it did slip a couple of times. Um, so having this front sprocket, as long as the teeth are there, it shouldn't slip at all. It shouldn't have any problems. And I keep nice tension on that chain. I think that was another problem that everybody was telling me that I'd rather run with a little bit loose of a chain than too tight of a chain. Like, okay, well, I was running way too fucking loose, or something was going wrong with it. I don't know. But we're good now. We're good. Got the rear wheel on there. I got new brake pads with that same order, so I was able to replace the brake pads, and everything's looking good. The only problem, the rear brake pads were probably good. They're about 50% worn out, but I don't know how long they had been on there, and it's also got brand new brake discs. So I think running new pads on new brake discs would be a good idea instead of running old pads. They would eventually form, like smooth out and everything, but there for a while, while all the original grooves are in there, I wouldn't have as good of a braking, less pad touching the rotor. So before I grooved up my brake discs, I got new pads put on there, and that was a real simple deal. I thought I was gonna have to re-bleed it and maybe even remove some brake fluid and stuff, but nope, I just compressed it and everything works fine. The reservoirs are still full. Everything's good. Front and rear brake discs. And then I forgot that I had to trim. So that's one thing that I didn't like about this Supermoto kit that I bought for the DR was that you got to modify your front brake pads to go into the new bracket, which sounds like, oh no, that's not. No, it is. You gotta. There's a little tab on the original brake pads that you gotta chop off, and then on the back side you gotta just shave it down a little bit for them to fit in there. And but I got it. They're all in there. Everything's working perfectly and as good as it could be. Got a new battery for it. Went up to O'Reilly. And I was worried they only had a couple of small batteries out on the shelf. And I brought my old battery in there. I was like, hey man, I need a battery, but it's got to be this exact dimension. And the two batteries you got over there, one of them's too short, one of them's too tall. So luckily they had a bunch of them in the back room. I was able to go into the fucking back rooms of O'Reilly's. You always feel privileged to be able to walk back there. Like, wow, this is where all the parts are. I get to look on the shelf now. But yeah, I went back there, immediately found one that's the right exact size. And it's actually a lot better because the battery that I had on there, it was weird. It had like a little square nut that went inside the terminal, and every time I had to take the battery on and off, one of those little fucking square nuts would fall off, and I'd have to spend time fucking looking for that fucking square nut and then trying to get it aligned to get the battery attached. It was just a pain in the fucking ass. Luckily, this one has got threaded terminals, so it wasn't bad. Everything worked out real good, and it fit in there perfect. I put it on the battery charger to make sure it was a good battery and it was charged up. I know it was brand new, but yeah, it was fully charged. Everything was great about it. I don't know how long the batteries sit on the shelf at O'Reilly, but Got that battery on there. Everything is good with it. What else did I do? Yeah, and then I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I moved my phone mount a little bit. I debated on cutting the windshield, but I'm like, I'm going to need to think about this a little bit more before I just go cutting the windshield off. Because it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I cut the windshield and then I don't like it. Getting a new just Lexan windshield wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I didn't want to cut it quite yet. I didn't want it to look like shit. I didn't want to scratch it, fuck it all up. So I just left it on there. But I rode into work today, and yeah, the bike fired right up. Rode great. No issues. Other than I just don't like riding in the dark. I run with my high beam on in the dark, no matter what. I don't give a fuck. It's the old school fucking headlight. How bright can it actually be in people's mirrors? But I think me having vision on the road is more important than somebody being like, this fucking guy's got his bright on. Sorry, dude. I need to be able to see the fucking road, and I can't see the fucking road on low beam. So I'm running high beam, and still, even then, it's kind of hard to see the fucking road. So I have upgraded headlights for the Jeep, and they're the same size. Now, I might have to make my own wiring harness, but I might be able to grab one of those LED projector headlight things for the Jeep, because they're the same fucking size. I might be able to grab one of them and throw it on the dirt bike and just see how it is. Because it would be nice to have a nice view of the road when you're riding, having a headlight. Or I could add in auxiliary lights. They kind of shine, like I can run with my bright on to see up ahead, and then I can have these auxiliary lights that I can adjust to see wider. Because I want to be able to see the possum in the road. I want to be able to see the shredded tire that was left out there, early in the morning, like I got in, 3 a.m., having a fucking shredded tire and not being able to see it until you're running the motherfucker over. That's scary on a motorcycle, okay? Scary to see that shit. And it actually, I didn't have to swerve anything today. I was in the slow lane the whole time. But there in the middle lane, there was a dead animal, like a raccoon or something. And I'm telling you, hitting a raccoon on a motorcycle at 70 mile an hour is not where I want to be. But and then as soon as I got out on the road and I went to use my blinker to get on the fucking road, I noticed my blinkers aren't working. So that's a problem, but not a big problem. I use hand signals. Always got a left arm. But I'm gonna fix that before I leave work today. Turns out I hooked up one of the wires wrong when I was replacing the battery. I thought one of the wires was supposed to go to the positive terminal. Apparently, it's supposed to go to the frame. Not supposed to go to the positive terminal, which is easy to fix. I just got to take off the side panels and the seat, and then the battery bracket, and then the positive battery terminal. Then put it all back together. Should be alright. This guy's swerving. He's swerving for me. Holy shit, dude. Keep her on the road. Damn, boy. The guy, he's hauling shingles. The big flatbed, I think TMC, and he is just all over the fucking road. Yeah, get up ahead of me. I don't want to be. He's on the shoulder. Oh, lordy. He's having trouble keeping that thing fucking straight. Yeah, I really wanted to get the garage cleaned up and tools organized. That was going to take a long time, and I probably would have enjoyed it. I was just so lazy, just wanted to lay down, watch TV. So, and then mowing the yard. Didn't get the yard mowed, but I did get the 4-wheeler out, and that's where I kind of left off earlier. I did get my son to come out and ride the 4-wheeler. I said, "Get your ass out here and ride this 4-wheeler that I spent all this money on, and I spent all this time working on it, fixing it." Took him out there. Immediately, the fucking dude, that guy almost hit the guardrail. Wake up, dude! What the hell? I'm gonna try to continue my story and ignore what's going on ahead of me, and if something actually does happen, I'll stop and I'll address it. But holy shit, he almost hit the guardrail. Um, Now he's way too far ahead of me. I couldn't even call him in if I wanted to. I don't know who he is, who he drives for. He's just all over the fucking road. It's I could call in and say, "Hey, you got a guy swerving, dude. Good luck, little car. You want to pass that fucking guy?" I wouldn't. Yeah, get your ass up there and see what happens when you try to pass him, dude. He just completely went in the other lane and then turned his blinker on. He is. Is he drunk? I don't think he's drunk. I think he's tired. I guess he could be. Guys haven't. Maybe he's got a low tire and it just keeps swerving around all over the place. It would be a bad situation. I don't want this to happen, but it would be an interesting situation if I saw this guy just completely layer down in the ditch. Unfortunately, I'm taking this exit though, so I won't get to see. Maybe he'll make it. Maybe he won't. Um, yeah, I got my son out there, and then immediately, since I had fixed the steering on it, the steering broke. Cheap ass weld on there, but it was flexing. So he was turning the handlebars, but the one of the wheels wasn't turning very much, and that's why I was having so much issue trying to get the steering aligned. Every time I'd align it, it would bend. I didn't realize it, but I got it welded up. It's all on there now, but it was still pigeon towed in. So I had to realign it after I got him out there, got him suited up, got him on the fucking thing. I was like, dude, I got to realign this thing because he's darting back and forth. He was driving like that fucking semi over there. He couldn't ride the thing straight. Okay, are we all gonna just not let me turn right here? Oh, you're turning left? Why are you not going then? Come on, people. Alright, we got a green light. Maybe I can make it up to my fucking turn now. Really? You fucking waited for that? Dummies. Um, so I got it straightened out. The handlebars aren't exactly straight. They're a little bit twisted, but I was like, yeah, you're gonna have it a little twisted, but you can still ride it. I didn't want to sit there and fuck around and try to get it exactly perfect for him to ride. I just wanted him to be able to ride it and have a good time. And I got it, and he was having a good time. I was like, but he was going kind of slow in the front yard because there's a hill and there's a bunch of cars and then there's concrete and there's a ditch and there's a bush and a tree. And I was like, all right, let's go in the backyard where you can do laps. You ain't got to worry about running into anything except for like the swing set. So I went back there and Man, it is such an enjoyment for me to hear him giggling the entire time he's riding that thing. He just, I could hear him giggling and laughing and just having a good time. He's just riding his four wheeler in circles in the backyard, but he is having a blast. He's just giggling so much, and he goes faster and faster and faster. And then I was moving the swings out of the way so he could ride underneath the swing set. And as he was coming around the bend, so I told him he could ride underneath the monkey bars. Also, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but it's something different he can do. I guess he thought that he could go full throttle and make the corner and go under the. He could not. He flipped that motherfucker right behind me. I was like, oh shit. He's like, I'm okay. And I pick it up. Thing's still running. Luckily, the fuel didn't flow out of the carb and whatever. And he's like, I want to go back inside. I'm like, dude, nope. He's like, what? I don't want to ride anymore. It hurts. I'm like, you're not hurt. Show me where did you get hit? You fell off the thing completely. You didn't, and you landed in soft grass. Like, show me where you're actually hurt. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, you're not hurt. Get on the fucking thing and ride. Well, I just want to go. I'm like, hey, you can't let this thing win. Okay, you can't let it throw you off, and then be done with it. Well, I just want to go inside. I'm like, dude, all right, just ride it to the front yard then. Ride it to the garage, and we'll put it away. He hops on it, and I was like, actually, do a couple laps. He's like, what? I'm like, yep, do a couple laps. So he did a bunch more laps. He's over there giggling, having a great time again. And I just had to motivate him to get back on the thing. It's like you can't unless you crash and break a bone or get severely injured or the four wheeler breaks or whatever. You got to get back on that thing. You can't let your last impression of the four wheeler be, oh, I fell off of it and I got hurt. You got to get back on it. You can't let it win. You got to overcome it. So yep, he overcame it. He rode around on it. He's like, yeah, that was fun. He's like, but my hand hurts. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Your hand always hurts. It's he'd rather have a twist throttle, is what he says. If I put a twist throttle on that thing, he is going to get into more trouble than with the thumb throttle. And I've even seen a guy on somewhere. He switches all of his motorcycles to a thumb throttle. I like the thumb throttle. I'm not against the thumb throttle. I think they're all right, but I don't know. Getting whiskey throttle, you're more likely to get whiskey throttle with a twist versus a thumb. So, anyways, he had a good time. The thing runs wonderful. It ran around. Nothing broke. Nothing vibrated off. The new pole start that I got for it is on there, and it's working wonderful. Everything is good. Everything is real good. So we got it parked up, and it's ready to go again. Got all the fucking dog shit thrown out of the fucking lugs of the tires and everything. It was old dry dog shit that was stuck in there, and we didn't wash it last time we put it up because it broke. And now it's all cleaned up, ready to go. And yep, got my motorcycle done. Got the battery in, the brakes on, the sprocket and the chain attached. I am still using a Masterlink, but these are nice Masterlinks, so I think these are going to be a lot better than the other one. And I'm using an X-ring chain, which I wasn't sure what an X-ring chain exactly was, but instead of an O-ring, it's got a groove inside of it, so it's like I guess they call it an X-ring. But I oiled it all up, got it all on there, got it assembled, and rode it around the block a couple times. Said, this is good to go. We're looking good. So hopefully I'll have a good time riding that after work today. Should be a nice day. And I don't see any rain in the forecast here, so I'm hoping I can ride that thing all week long. I can get back to riding motorcycles every day because I mean I went a while without a motorcycle. Now, I still got the Jeep, still there. If I need it, I have it. But I'd really rather just be riding that motorcycle, man. Um, yeah, I don't know. Plans for the week. I know I got the control board for the washer should be coming in a couple of days, apparently, according to eBay. So I'll be able to get that washer fixed up, and then I just gotta. There's some cleaning, some organizing, some getting rid of junk and other shit that I gotta get going. I gotta get the under the stairs closet, organized and cleaned up, packed some more shit away in there. And, yeah, I think things are looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy about how my weekend went, and looking forward to it. I think we're gonna be done with kennels. I think I'm gonna try to talk my wife and everybody into getting rid of just being done with kenneling the dogs. Now we're gonna still have them, but I don't think they need to have they don't get locked up for very long anyways. They're pretty responsible dogs as long as you let them out enough. So I think we're gonna just get rid of the fucking kennels. I would like to. Only problem is if they, I don't know. I haven't had them locked up, but sometimes they will, sit by the door and whine or whatever. But maybe they'll get used to it and they'll quit doing that shit. I do miss my old dogs. Never had to lock them up. I would sometimes, but most of the time you didn't have to lock them up. They would sleep outside the door, and they just you could hear them like lean up against the door, and that was it. My old Rusty boy, he always slept he would always hang out at the end of the hallway, especially after we put the kids to sleep. He would sit down there and just sleep by the doors. So cute. Yeah, these dogs I got. Well, I guess not the dogs I got now. I just got one new dog now, Luna, the crazy lunatic German Shepherd. She's doing good. She's a happy dog. She stays entertained. And the new neighbors that are a yard away, they got new dogs, so now she's got somebody to look at over on that side of the yard. Maybe she'll start running a track on that side. The dogs on the other side of my house, they're worn out. They're tired of running the fence with my dog. They're actually starting to get some grass grown up along their side of the fence. My side of the fence, no. It's a rut. It's a big fucking rut. She just runs and runs and runs. But that's all right. Yeah, I'm also kind of glad I'm not like in a rush to get any of these trucks done. I would like to get them done, but I'm not in like a super rush. I can take my time on them. I don't like being pressured for things, even though I work a lot better under pressure. Like, oh, I have to get this shit done. It'll get done. But it's nice to not have that, you know. And usually when it comes to vehicles and getting them fixed, that's my problem. I have to get these done. But I've got a good running bike. I got a good running Jeep. Getting this other one done is just on my own time. Now, selling all of the vehicles that I need to get sold, though, it would be really nice to sell them before the end of the year. I don't want to have to pay property taxes on them in 2027. In other news, I guess Grand Theft Auto news. There's somebody got Grand Theft Auto 6 and has been, releasing clips and stuff, which is really interesting. It's fun to watch, I guess, and they don't look AI or anything. It looks like legit video game clips. You can tell if they're AI, like the cars just don't act proper. The characters don't act exactly the way you think they should act, and there's always some other weird shit. This looks like actual gameplay footage. So I don't think anybody is disputing it being real gameplay footage or whatever. But I guess one of the thing that they're after right now is Sony and Rockstar and all the developers for the game. They want to make it a digital download only. The problem with that, which I enjoy the digital download. I don't want to have a disc and have to swap it out and shit. I want to be able to turn on my PlayStation. I'm not going to get the game. I'm not going to do it. But it would be nice if I could just turn on the PlayStation and I could play all these games out of my library without having to go switch out discs and stuff. So right now, the only disc I have is, I think, Farming Simulator, and it just stays in the PlayStation at all times. I can play other games that are digitally downloaded, and then I can go to Farming Simulator, but the disc has to be in there. Anyways, people are upset that they're not selling the disc, because if you have a disc, you can sell the game later on in life. And if it's a digital download, you can't transfer that over. And also, the developer of the game can ban you, pretty much. They can turn off your game. They can take it away from you. You can't sell it. You don't actually own it. So that's what this leaker is saying that he is for. He's like, if they say they're gonna, allow us to have a disc, I'll stop leaking the game. Because there's so much hype for this game. There's been so much hype for the game. It's crazy. They've been talking about it for such a long time. Like, just think about when all the different Grand Theft Auto games have come out. We had Grand Theft Auto 3. There was two before that, but they were top down. I didn't really enjoy them. But Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, and it was revolutionary. And then Vice City came out, and that was even crazier. And then San Andreas came out, and that was even fucking way crazy. And then it was only a couple of years later on that they came out with Grand Theft Auto 5. And they came out with that on the PlayStation 3. And then it transferred over to the PlayStation 4. And that's what I have. And now it's out on PS5 also. So it's this game is on all three consoles. And you get better and better shit if you upgrade your console or whatever. This new one, we've gone through 3 different generations of console with the same game. So it's been a long time coming. There's been so much hype about it, and then they kept pushing back the release date, and now they say they're going to release it, but they're only going to release it they're not going to release it for PC users. But this guy that's been leaking the game says he has the PC version, and he will release the PC version if they decide to not, succumb to his demands. Whatever. He's going to release the game. out on PC. So everybody's going to get in for free or something. But I saw some other stuff. It was like he had some page where you can go download it for $40. I won't be doing that. First off, my computer is not powerful enough to play any game like that. So I don't know. It's just some news, some interesting stuff going on. Lighthearted. Well, I say it's lighthearted. It's a fucking video game. It's not going to ruin the world. But it is going to make a lot of fucking money whenever it does come out. Yeah, and it also kind of takes you away from the serious bullshit that's going on in the world, which I don't know. I wanted to try to get into some of that with my wife, but I don't. I'm better off not, talking about politics with her. Everything's always the end of the world, but I'm like, we're getting close. we're so close. She's like, whatever. It's always that way. I'm like, I know. The things that are happening right now are fucking crazy. And having Grand Theft Auto and this, I don't know, this other murder case, which I did talk to my wife a little bit about that because I've seen some stuff. I don't know anything about this case. So I have no hard views on anything. But the way it's looking to me, and I've seen enough about it, but I don't know anything, don't know any hard details about it. There's definitely some people who have been looking at it closer than me. But there's this woman that apparently strangled her 3 children. And my wife looks at it a different way, I will say. But the way that I was viewing it was all these women are going out there with their, and they're supporting this woman that murdered her 3 children. And they were saying, oh, she was, women get depressed and whatever, and it's okay, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Is it okay to murder your 3 children? According to all these bitches. My wife was saying, no, she didn't do it. Her husband did it. This and that, and blah, blah, blah. So my wife is in support for her, but not because she killed her children, because of other shit. But I'm like, she confessed, didn't she? Like, isn't there like a confession? Like, she said she did it. She was hearing voices, blah, blah, blah. And my wife's like, no. She was under duress when she gave that plea or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm like, all right, well, if you believe she actually killed her children and you're in support of that, then we got some problems. She's like, no, she didn't do it. I'm like, okay, just making sure you're not in support of a woman. Like, oh, poor woman, she had a lot of stress and blah blah, and postpartum depression and blah blah blah. It just happened. No. You can't you can't feel bad for the woman that killed her children if she actually killed her. If the husband did it, yeah, obviously she's a victim. She's going down for the wrong reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But the way I looked at it was, all these bitches are saying it's okay to kill your children. Don't worry about it. And if that's the case, then we are in a real fucked up situation here. But I probably shouldn't even brought it up. I don't want to be involved with none of it. It's just something to kind of distract you from the takeover of the United States. I mean, it's getting real bad out there with politics and shit. I don't know. I was like, I don't even want to talk to you about it unless we're in a skiff, because I feel like the world is such a crazy place right now. But I do see a lot of creators. It's like, if I'm seeing videos about people that are way higher up on the food chain than me talking about it. I feel like maybe I could talk about it a little bit. But if I support a politician or anything like that, or even agree with a politician, let me just say, you have to be America first. You have to be the United States first. If you're not the United States first, and you're out there lobbying for us, you're not lobbying for us unless you're America first. Having an ally, having another country as an ally, is nice, but your guys are taking it a little fucking far. I mean, wearing a uniform for a foreign nation's military, uh, you know, during, I don't know what the fuck it is. I also don't know. I shouldn't get into it because I'm not a good debater. But some of the fucking shit that I've seen, them flying flags for a foreign nation over America's flag, is like, what the fuck is going on? This seems like a lot of treasonous shit going on. So, and it's fucking everywhere, and it goes so deep. It's like, what the fuck is going on, man? So I support America and America only. That's where I'm at. Hey, you fucking dipshit. Fuck. Fuck are you doing back there, you dummy? Some fucking idiot. Just because you're hauling a trailer doesn't mean you know how to fucking drive, you fucking guy. These fucking guys act like they're truck drivers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Hot shot motherfucking idiots. Some hot shots are good. A lot of them think they're truck drivers. You're not. I don't know what I'm bitching about here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm America first. Do I think America's the greatest nation in the world? Yes. Could it be better? Oh yeah, yeah. It could be a lot fucking better. But with what we're working with, I think it's. I'd rather live here than anywhere else. Anywhere else. Come on, truck. Let's go. You got a dirt track car over there. That's pretty sweet. Yep, I live in America. I want to stay living in America. I don't want to live anywhere else. But just because we're the greatest doesn't mean we need to make it a little bit worse every day. It's fucking insane, man. You got people that support other nations over our nation. What the fuck is going on here? And unfortunately, the old Trump man is one of them. Yeah, so if you think I'm in support of everything that Donald Trump does, you're mistaken. You're severely mistaken. Uh, if I could choose a new president immediately right now, like I could just boom, I got a new president, and you never know if you're being tricked until you've been tricked. But Thomas Massey would be a wonderful president. Honestly, he's the only one making any fucking sense. He's the only one that's voting the way he thinks is right versus who's paying him money. There was that that new bill that they were trying to pass, where they were going to give control of the United States military to a different nation, very scary nation. It's like, no. What are you doing? You want to merge our military? Are you fucking crazy? Are you a fucking idiot? And it's all of them. They all voted to do it except for one. What the fuck? You got them run around in fucking different military outfits there, and while they're doing the fucking shit, like, what the fuck is going on? How much do you think you can support another nation a little bit, but not the way they've been doing it? It's fucking stupid. I wonder if I just back up and I can grab. I'm just gonna run instead of. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Alright. I'm out of here. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.